Yo,
What's up?
how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. Got back from the gym, I showered, and I ate some food really quick.
Nice. I actually have a little snack I was going to eat while I got started with you today. Looks like you're eating too. Good stuff. So, yeah, today it's all about you, man. So, why don't you give me a little download on everything that's going on for you, and then we'll get into this healing session for you today, okay?
Okay. Um, yeah, so just as we talked about last week, just still avoiding drugs besides like those 3 instances or 4 instances pretty much this entire year. So that's been good. Still been working out pretty much 4 to 5 times a week. The past few Sundays I had to miss them, but I've been really consistent with that. Sleep has been eh. Sleep's been all right. I know that I was having issues with my my throat and just breathing. It was definitely affecting my workouts.
Yeah, we're going to test that throat chakra today. We'll see what's going on.
Yeah, and then I know that my digestion was also pretty messed up. I was feeling bloated constantly. I was like constipated, and that was also affecting my workouts because I couldn't really activate my core without it. It was just weird. So it was both those things really affecting me. I've been seeing an acupuncturist for a few weeks now. Right now, I'm just doing it once a week. And he just recently, it was last week on Monday, he gave me a tincture that was for the wood and metal element. And it was funny, he was kind of describing it. And I was like, hey, I know what that is. I
Mm-hmm.
know the five element theory. So I wasn't just like completely caught off guard with what he was talking about. So he gave me that, and it seemed like that was working for my throat a bit. Like I was getting a lot more like stuff out. There's a lot of mucus buildup. It seems like it's kind of reverted back a little bit because I finished the tincture, but that was something I noticed, which was a positive, and that's been good. And then after the ayahuasca ceremony, just thinking about the fact that I'm so lonely and missing genuine intimacy in whatever form, like even if it was just like being able to like hold somebody, like so that's been affecting me a bit. And yeah, I'm still not doing any porn, still not masturbating or anything like that. Um,
Good, bro.
I've been noticing some of my dreams have been a bit more sexual. I'm assuming because of that, just build up. But yeah, things are going well. Just still doing the job. Work's been great, and still like yeah, just still been working out. Just gotta get my bookcase that's downstairs behind a bunch of boxes and try to bring that up here so I can organize my room a bit more and give me some more clarity just in my living space. And that's pretty much it. Like there's not really negative things going on. It's been pretty good overall for sure.
What do you feel like it sounds like you're doing great, but is there any energetic blocks that you feel like are affecting you currently?
I would say I'd say the biggest thing is probably with like my mom. Just
Mm.
that would probably be the throat a bit. There's been things I've talked to her about, and then it just doesn't get. I mean, she hears what I'm saying, but just doesn't do it. Which I mean, it is what it is. But that's some. So then I choose to not say anything anymore about it. So then it's like still in my mind, and I just don't
Yeah.
talk about it anymore. I would say definitely probably like a block in my heart. Yeah, I'd say probably this, my heart, maybe like my sacrum or root, something like that, because of the digestive issues. Um, and then the heart, I can just feel something. Something's just kind of there.
Mhm.
And then yeah, then the throat's the obvious one. So that'd probably be the big things.
What do you feel like you need the most support with? I mean, other than the clearing we're going to do, is there anything else that you feel like you're struggling with?
Um, just getting some more practical things done, I'd say. For instance, I want to set up a doctor's appointment for like my throat just to see what's going on a little bit more. Not like I'm going to take really any of their pills or anything like that, but just to have a bit of more of an understanding, maybe if there's anything I can do. But then also definitely my sleep. I still need to go set up a doctor's appointment for that.
What do you
Or
feel like the sleep issue is? What's the root of that? Are you just in your head too much?
well, I've been teeth grinding for at least 12 years because I know my girlfriend at the time was talking about like, hey man, you're really biting down and grinding on your teeth, and it's kind of hard to listen to when you're sleeping.
Hmm.
So that's been going on for a long time, and from what I've heard, teeth grinding is from well, it's definitely gonna be like part of it's stress, but then it's also just not getting enough air when you're breathing at night. So then you're moving your jaw to try to get more air in there, and so that's been going on for a long, long time. So it's just been kind of wearing me out
Yeah.
over the course of 12 years or possibly longer. So that's something that it's not helping me be 100%. I'm not because I'm not getting deep sleep. I'm constantly waking up. So that's been definitely affecting me. So it's like I still need to do that, get that set up so I can do like maybe a sleep study, get a little bit more information, see if there's anything I can do. Because I don't think they're really going to solve the issue. They're probably just going to give me like a CPAP machine. I don't want to have to use that for the rest of my life. There has to be something I could do to make that, better consistently.
How's your
It,
meditation practice? You've been doing great coming to classes, but how about on your own?
I'd say in terms of not doing it, or in terms of doing it without the guided meditation, I'm not that good. But when I'm listening to the meditation, it does help me out a lot because I'm more focused on what you're saying as opposed to like what my mind's saying. And
Mhm.
because I'm listening to recordings that I've already heard dozens of times at this point, it's like I'm not thinking about too much about what you're about to say because I already know pretty much what you're going to be saying. So it's not a big deal. So like I'm pretty good with that. I just need to, like I talked about with you last week, is just doing more meditations after like listening to the 30-minute one and just getting a little bit more used to doing that. Because I know that you said you had a lot of good experience with the 1 hour meditations. And I've been pretty good, like just in terms of doing breath work and being mindful of my thoughts, and especially when you had that presentation months and months ago about like nothing's really good or bad, and like if you have a thought about something and it gives you a feeling, try to detach yourself from that thought and just focus on like what the feeling is. And so that's something I've definitely been mindful about consistently, and just being aware of when I'm like really in my head and when I need to just kind of calm down. So I do breath work. It's pretty consistent. It's just not where I'm kind of like sitting, meditating, doing absolutely nothing. So I could definitely improve on that. But in terms of just consistency overall, I'd say I'm doing fairly well. And yeah, there's just more meditation I could do for sure. Or at least
Yeah.
sitting in silence and not having as much input just throughout the days, especially at nighttime. I notice I tend to
Yeah,
do
that's the
that.
best. That's the best time to do it, man. Like, I'm not like perfect, but like before bed, meditating, just calming everything down, putting the phone away for a little bit. Like this weekend, I'm actually planning on. We'll see if it happens because there's a lot of shit going on. The plan is to do a 2 day fast and technology detox, Saturday and Sunday. So like
Yeah,
start Friday night, and I mean I'll check my phone once in a while just because I got to make sure I'm checking on clients and stuff. But just like no social media, no food, and just rest and just really dopamine detox,
yeah.
and just like really going deeper into my own healing stuff. I don't know if I told you last week. Watch, I didn't know. I found out end of week last week. I have a fractured vertebrae.
What?
I have a fractured vertebrae. I literally have a broken back. So I've been in a lot of pain the last month. I actually have barely worked out for the past month because I literally have a fractured vertebrae in my thoracic region. So I've been actually today I'm doing great, but I've been in a lot of pain the last month. Like when I cough or sneeze, it's fucking painful. It's like, yeah, it's fucking no joke. So I'm actually just surrendering to it, and the rest of this year, I'm gonna just take it easy as much as I can. Like I'm still gonna keep up the school and my coaching, but I'm not like pushing really hard. Like I'm gonna keep focusing on building the meditation classes and whatnot, but just like I'm not pushing very hard for these last 6 weeks. I got to really focus on my own healing. So fucking rough, bro.
Yeah. How
I
long
can
has that
feel
been
it.
happening?
Well, it flared up a month ago. I've been seeing chiropractors, and as you know, I'm not big on seeing doctors. I really like only if I'm really fucking struggling. But I mean, like, I needed help to realign my back. So I've been seeing two chiropractors, and I'm doing better. But it's a slow process to heal a fractured vertebrae. It takes like 2 to 4 months. So that's why I'm just gonna like I heal fast because I take great care of myself, and I have a great mindset. So like when I snapped my
Hmm.
Achilles tendon, I healed a month ahead of schedule. So you just got to really honor slowing down, which is like not my style. But hey, what do I tell you guys in the academy? Slow the fuck down. So
Yeah.
I gotta literally get high on my own supply, man. So I'm just resting, laying low, and just taking it fucking easy, man.
Can you think about anything that caused that? If you
I
think
think it's
back.
like old football injuries. I took a lot of shots. Like I got hit fucking hard back in the day. And I feel like it was just like a hairline fracture, and then it just exacerbated. I did a bunch of kettlebell swings, and just like my back flared up like that. And so yeah, like I haven't done like I mean, I'm doing like I have a bike behind me. You can see it right there. A
Hmm.
little bike back there. I've been doing that, so it's not like completely not working out, but it's hard to work out when you're in fucking pain. You know?
Yeah. And that's the hardest thing is when you want to be active and you just can't. That was the most
Yeah,
depressing thing for me when I had my knee issues. Because I started wearing knee braces, and then I had to or a knee brace on the one leg, and I had to do it on the other one because I was compensating on that side. I lost all my muscle on my legs, and I gained like 20, 30 pounds. And
yep,
yeah, it was depressing for me.
yeah. That's kind of the reason why I'm doing this fast this weekend. Is just like really reset my system. I think it'll be good for my nervous system and then my healing process and just everything in general. So yeah, that's kind of stuff that's coming up for me, man. It's been pretty rough. But let me coming back to you because that's why we're here. Share that wonderful story with you. So I'm looking back. The last time we did a healing session was 10/28/2023. So it's been about a year.
Wow.
I'm just going to share with you the stuff that came up. It said you were embarrassed about smoking cigarettes, smoking weed. Um, your room was messy. It looks like you still got to work on that. Poor
Woo.
sleep, no fapping. Still, you were still into porn and whatnot, but you've worked on that, so that's great, man. You felt like your nervous system was dysregulated. Like you've come a long ways in the last year, man. So like Nicholas, be proud of yourself, dude. You're doing a fucking great
That's
job.
true. Yeah. I forgot
Like
about all that stuff.
I have to remind myself too, dude. It's like I have days where I get down on myself. Like I get down on myself, like, why isn't this community growing fast enough? It's been doing really good the last month. I got the guy Oscar and Athena in the group now, and I got a few people who are starting to see me. I'm seeing Alicia after this call, so she's been seeing me work regularly. So everything is going good. But I still have my moments where I get down on myself too. But then I remind myself, like, fuck, like I quit smoking weed. I actually started smoking weed again this year, and I stopped 2 months ago again, 2.5 months ago. Um, and then I haven't drank alcohol in 2 years. And so like I'm fucking doing a great job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think one of the challenges for us as men is being really hard on yourself. And like the more we can soften and just really be in that state of gratitude, then more things to be grateful for will show up in our lives. I'm not just saying that to you, I'm saying it to myself. You
That's
know?
why that's why journaling is a good idea for me to go back into because it really
Yeah.
helps me remember a lot of that stuff because I'm writing it down as opposed to just just going through the days. I remember a lot of stuff, but writing it down was really really good for me, especially up until what was it like 2017, 18, 19. That's when I was doing it. I was able to really recall back on stuff. I'm like, geez, look how bad I was, and so yeah, that'd be a good idea for me to start getting back into it. 'Cause I was pretty damn consistent with that for a couple of years. It wasn't until 2021 when I got cheated on and I just got PTSD and was just in a bad state. I didn't want to write down anything that was
Yeah.
happening.
Sometimes you're in that shock state and it's tough to process things. And it takes a little time, man. I totally get it.
Yeah.
And then I saw you on 12/2/23. And I guess we did a little more healing work then. And something came up again today that you are fearing your power. You are afraid of your power. That came up then, and it came up today when I tested you as well. Also, there's some kind of agreement in your field. There's a need for forgiveness that needs to be worked through.
Mm. That's probably what the girl I was seeing earlier. It was late last year, and then earlier this year. It was January 5th was the last time I saw her. That's probably part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Other stuff that came up: self doubt, abandonment. Do you feel like you have any abandonment wounding?
It's possible. Um, huh. Maybe from 2021 when I caused so much damage, but then I got damage caused to me, and then I just didn't feel like Lindsay like was there for me at that time because she was still really hurt too. She was not in a good headspace. So I felt kind of, I guess, abandoned in that sense because she just had all these new friends and she was doing fine. It was just me that had to work on myself. Maybe something from there. I never really felt
Yeah.
like I was abandoned by my dad or my mom. I was abused by my dad, getting
Yeah. How's
hit.
that? How's your
Nothing.
relationship with your dad? You've never really
It's
talked much about him.
yeah, I don't. There's not really, I guess, too much to talk about in terms of like new stuff because of we don't really have that much of a relationship at all. I don't really talk to him too much,
Yeah.
even though he's like right downstairs and I see
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. You guys are very close. He's not very emotionally conscious, or what?
No, he's not really emotionally conscious. And then it was because of 2020 when like Lindsay was staying there and then he was taking photos of her. It was at two separate occasions. Um, and I was in such a bad state. I was so addicted to porn, and the things I was looking at was so horrendous that when I found out about it, like I was more empathetic towards him. He's lucky I wasn't where I was in 2021 because I would have knocked him out for
Yeah.
sure. But at that time, I was in such a bad state that I was actually be able to empathize with him on that. But then he never apologized for it, and then he just made excuses about it, and then nothing was ever actually resolved regarding that. Even though I
Yeah.
tried talking to him multiple times afterwards, like a year later, 2 years later, just
Yeah.
nothing from him. So that's yeah. So then it's I haven't said I love him in for like a long time, and it's just yeah, no apology for pretty much anything he's ever done. We always deserved it, or there's always a reason for it. So I
Yeah.
don't really associate with him very much. We just kind of say, "Hey, what's up?" That's it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, I know
He's not
it's
very. He's just not very emotionally available. Typical male stuff. Just pretty
yeah,
unconscious.
just like the porn addiction that he has and all that. It's just been like I know how that goes, and it's unfortunate that he's gotten it to the point where it's just this bad, where he does
Yeah.
that to his own son and then
Yeah. Do
doesn't
you have?
apologize.
You think that's part of the abandonment wound with your father too?
Possibly, that is possible.
That could be part of the forgiving him too. That's tough, man. I mean, I'm really blessed. I have a great father. He supports me, but I mean, he was gone a lot when I was a kid, as I've shared in the group. So
Hmm.
that was very difficult for me having him gone and whatnot. But at least he's emotionally available, so I'm fucking grateful for that.
Hmm.
Sorrow came up. What are you sad about?
Ooh, so I'd say definitely um, just feeling lonely. There's been a few people at work, like volunteers or even coworkers, where I asked, like, "Hey, would you like to hang out or something like that?" In terms of coworkers, pretty much no, they don't want to. They take it
Yeah,
all like personally, or oh, like they just assume that I'm just trying to, do something or whatever. When that's not the case at this point.
what do you
Um,
mean do something?
like try to be intimate with them or do something like that. Like I'm interested in them in that way.
Yeah,
When it's more so like I like those people as a person themselves and would like to get to know them just better. It's just nice being able to hang out with somebody as well. And then there's been a few volunteers that I was actually interested in that I exchanged contact information with, and then they were texting me, and then they just drop off the face of the earth, or they just never contact me in general. And so and then it was like multiple people that it happened with. So that was kind of saddening because I just feel like I'm in just such a better place than I used to be. And
Yeah.
my mindset's just been so much better in terms of what I'm trying to pursue. It's not where I'm I'm so desperate that I'm just trying to say whatever I need to say in order to do something with them physically. I'm not in that space, thankfully, anymore. So it's just kind of disheartening because I know that I'm not. It's not my mindset. So that's
Yeah.
been kind of a bummer.
Well, a lot of people just aren't doing their inner work, man. And if you're doing your inner work, even if you want to connect with people, like I'm a great talker. I can communicate with pretty much anybody. But like I've learned that I just need to be very careful who I'm friends with because like oftentimes it's like I'm in a place where I'm starting to give people advice and like they're not paying me. Not that that's an issue, but it's like if they're not going to take that wisdom, what the fuck is the point of me sharing my wisdom with them? Like, like you're in the group and I'm offering you this free coaching call because you're supporting me. You know what I'm saying? We have this connection. But you meet people, and it's like they're not working themselves. Like I've a lot of men, like I got old friends I still hang out with from high school, and like they respect me because they know I've done a lot of great work and stuff. But like I'm not gonna sit here and go deep with them if they're not willing to hear that shit. They're just trying to get pussy and watch sports and gamble. I'm like, I'm not into all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm still in one fantasy football league with a bunch of friends. I'm in second place, feeling pretty good. So I still like having those connections from my old friends. I think I'm really lucky to have some of those old friends, but I just don't really associate with them. They're still getting drunk. They're absorbed with their material wealth and like owning lunch of shit and how much money they're making. Because I live in a very wealthy area. I got friends who own like multiple houses and shit. They're fucking balling out, but you can tell they're not emotionally happy. So like my whole vision, like for myself, but I'm sharing this with you too, is like keep doing my work, and at the right time they'll come to me for support. They realize like, fuck, I have all this money, but I'm still empty inside. Yes, now let's start doing the work. No amount of material thing is going to heal that deeper wound, right?
hmm Yeah. And so that's something I'm also being very conscious of, especially after the ayahuasca stuff. It's just who I'm associating myself with. And I've
Yeah.
already learned that so much with just my dad, with him when I was going through a lot of like learning about what's going on in the world and whatever else and how we've been lied about this and that. Like I was wasting so much time uh, talking to my dad about it. I mean, I guess it's not wasting because I learned a lesson from it. But I was investing a lot of time into trying to teach him about stuff, whatever else. So close minded, didn't matter, didn't go through. It wasn't didn't get anywhere with him. But then it just
Yeah.
helped me realize, okay, I just gotta be mindful of who I'm talking to. Like if I can see their eyes glaze over, like you can tell when someone's interested or not. So if I like just kind of dabble in like really surface level stuff that I'm interested in and I don't see any interest, then I'm not gonna go deeper with you. So that saves me a
What I
lot of
would
time.
what I would recommend, man, is like connect with more people in the group. Reach out to Alicia. I'm doing a call with her later. Like connect more with other people in the program because they're gonna listen to you. They're going through healing as well, and possibly just reach out and connect with them and like hop on a Zoom call with them and just vibe with them and just share your journey with them. I think that'd be really powerful for you too. Because like my whole vision for you, Nicholas, is like I see you becoming some type of healer, coach, guide on some level too at the right time. I feel like you still got some work to do with developing yourself. But I mean, I feel like you have so much wisdom to share with the world. And part of me supporting you is I want to see you become more confident in sharing yourself with the world.
Yeah. And that's also where the sleep comes in because I feel like I'm just gonna burn myself out if I'm not getting proper rest. And that's like such a crucial thing that I need to get done so that I can feel and that's why I don't feel as capable either, because or feel like tackling as much stuff because I'm just not getting that rejuvenating sleep where I'm waking up feeling amazing. I just wake up so many times. I'm just really, really shallow sleep. Anything can really kind of wake me up, and then it's hard for me to get back to
Are you
sleep.
using like any melatonin or anything like that? Like I'll be straight with you, man. I still use some marijuana edibles sometimes to help me sleep, especially like this back pain. Like, I've been using marijuana because I'm in fucking pain. I'm like putting myself out with some edibles. Not that
Yeah.
I'm recommending that to you, but like if you're really struggling, like I remember I was a year ago, I was completely sober. I quit edibles and everything. I had to get drug tested for this job. And I got to this point where I was like, I just didn't sleep for a few nights and I took an edible and I finally fucking slept. It was so fucking good. So like possibly using some kind of gentle sleep aid, even if it's mild.
Yeah, because I do have like this can of CBD, but it's got CBC, CBG, CBD, and CBN. So it's got the multiple cannabis or cannabinoids. So I use that. It helps with like pain, helps with like just relaxing. And then I'm also taking like some teas, like some sleep teas that are like natural
I would
to
say
help out.
shift up your rituals before bed. Get off technology sooner.
Yeah.
Go meditate for an hour before bed. Like some of my best sleep has happened when I just like, shit, I haven't unplugged this thing for a while. Can you see me still?
It's kind of like sporadic. I can see you, but it's like kind of going like a little slow. There we go.
There you go. This is where I meditate. This is my meditation space. See, I got the little yin yang.
Mm-hmm.
I got it's like a yin yang circle. It's padded so I don't hurt my knees on the ground. My meditation pillow with the Shri Yantra symbol, and then I got the Shri Yantra symbol that I stare into, and that piece of wood right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a magic wand that came off of a tree that was struck by lightning at a shaman in the back of a shaman's house. Super fucking powerful piece of wood, and I got a few crystals there. I got my sage over here as well. You know, some incense. And I don't always meditate here because I go to my girlfriend's house, but this is my space. I'm working on an hour a day, like I said. Not that I'm perfect every day, but when I do, I'm so much happier, man. It's like ridiculous.
And I've noticed,
So, like,
I've definitely noticed that too. If I'm meditating and I can feel myself get into that meditative state where it's easier to really focus on my body as opposed to my mind, and I do fall asleep. I do notice that when I wake up, I am still in that sleep mode to where I'm not like anxious, like I usually can sometimes be. So then if I do wake up, it's easier for me to fall back asleep without me having to wait 20, 30 minutes to go back to sleep. So yeah, that's something I gotta just be more consistent about. Remove technology earlier and
bro, you need to fucking clean up your room. Sorry to cuss at you, but that's when you clean up your room, it's going to shift your energy and then create a sacred space in your room like me. I promise you, do that and you will see a shift in your sleep. Like guaranteed, there'll be a shift. Because the clutter in your room is clutter in your mind. I said that to you a year ago. You haven't changed it yet.
I've done a little bit of stuff. Like I do have like a little bit of shelving stuff that I was able to move a lot of stuff off my
but that's
floor,
the key.
But yeah, there's still a lot more to do.
Like really, like I'm looking at your room, like what the fuck is going on, bro? Like I know you've done a lot of like I'm not trying to hate on you, bro. Like you're doing a great job. Like I'm working with Alicia too, not to talk too much about her shit, but she has walls in her room that haven't been. She's got painter's tape and she hasn't finished painting. It's been 2 fucking years. I'm like, fucking finish painting your room. Like it's just like you look at my space, you know, like bed's made, you know, I just redid my flooring. My everything is pretty meticulous, you know. Like my desk, I got a few things out, and it's okay if things get messy. But if they're constantly messy, that's clutter in the mind. I know my camera's going on and off, sorry. But like it's just one of those things. When your room is more clean, it's going to create greater efficiency in every area of your life. It's going to clean up your mind. It's going to clean up your psyche. You're going to feel a lot better.
Yeah.
That should be your primary takeaway. Clean up your room and then create a meditation space, sacred space, and like pick a few sacred items and put them there, just like you saw mine.
Mm-hmm.
And create that space for yourself. And I promise you that will be that to me is the next big step for you. Cleaning your room, sacred space, because it's a reflection of your own energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if I can just get a lot of the stuff out from underneath my bed that I don't want, and I can at least move things underneath there too, get that out of the way. I gotta get my bookcase. That's the thing, because my dad has so much shit too. So like my bookcase is like behind a freaking wall of like hundreds of pounds of freaking items. So I have to move all that stuff to even get to that, and I haven't been able to use it since I moved in here. So I'll be able to put that over there, be able to load up a lot more stuff there, which will get things off of the floor. And then, yeah, I'd have to organize my closet a little bit more. It's pretty organized, but there's more to do. Your phone? No, I don't think so.
No.
No, not that I see. But yeah, that's definitely something for sure. But I do know that I've had a clean room before and I still was getting crappy sleep. But either way, like doing that, being able to meditate, it's still going to benefit me right here and now. So
Yeah, work on
there's
work
no,
not just cleaning the room, but creating that sacred space and
yeah.
then meditating there for like at least 20, 30 minutes before bed. I'm sure that'll help.
Hmm. It
You feel
will.
me?
Yeah. And then I just to finish answering your question you asked about sorrow. So
Yeah.
I would say definitely that relationship that I had, because I ended up realizing a few months after the fact that I really did genuinely love her, and it was a lot different than what I normally would do. Was when things would end, I would just immediately be like, "Oh, I love her," and then just try to love bomb them to get them back, which is just a narcissistic quality that I had. But this time it was where it was months later. I was really kind of reflecting on things, and she just popped in my head randomly. I'm like, "Why am I thinking about her? Why am I feeling this way about it?" And I'm like crying and whatever, and I just realized that that's how I was feeling, and it just wasn't. And I was able to reconnect with her through messaging, but then she was just not interested whatsoever. So that's something I've needed to kind of come to terms with because I still have some feelings that are there. So it's been really sad to think about that stuff. The intimacy was really, really was just amazing, and it was nice spending time, nice spending time with that person. Very genuine person, good mindset. So I just got to be mindful of that and just learn from that, especially not take things for granted.
Do you feel like there's an old emotional wound that's still affecting you?
Possibly, possibly my original ex that I had cheated on, that which had then helped with the depression that I had for 7 years. The woman, the girl was Mel, and I met her once in early 2007, and then I hadn't seen her for an entire year and a half after that. But we spent so much time talking and on the phone and through text that, and I was still watching porn at that time, but my mindset wasn't getting the wiring didn't get kind of like set in until 2008, and then that's when I started becoming like desperate and having that same mindset that I continued on for over a decade. So um, I was just thinking about her too, leading up to the ayahuasca ceremony, and I didn't understand why I was thinking about her either. But there, maybe just because I just, maybe just because that was something that was really genuine, a genuine connection that I had with somebody that I kind of messed up. Maybe I'm just thinking about that in that sense, that I just really have to make sure I'm in the right state of mind and just being aware of what I have or like who I'm associating with. And if it's something that I really do value, then to understand that, like, historically, I do have thoughts that come in where I think about what if somebody else comes along or this or that. But if I just keep that in mind, like how I'm feeling now after everything or after losing some people, like I just got to have a different mindset, not have those thoughts, dictate my decisions, but like obviously just acknowledge them, but be able to separate from them and just be able to focus on like the here and now and
Yes.
all that stuff.
Yeah, that's really crucial. Just getting more grounded. Let's test your chakras. You finish eating?
No, I'll just wait until after everything's done. I already ate enough, I guess, for now.
I just had some delicious little egg burrito with onions from the farmer's market, scrambled eggs from the farmer's market. So good. So good.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
All right. We're going to test those chakras, see what's going on. So go ahead and just do some central channel breathing for about a minute. Once you get in your body, out of your head, as slow as possible. Calm that body down. Beautiful. Let's start focusing on your root chakra, please. And focus on your sacral chakra, please. And then come back to your root chakra for me, please. And sacral chakra once again. And then navel chakra, focusing on that navel. Solar plexus, focusing on that solar plexus. Heart, focusing on that heart. And come back to that solar plexus for me again. Good, and back to the heart, please. And focusing on your throat, focusing on that throat chakra. Third eye, tuning into that third eye space. Back to the throat, please. Crown, go to the very crown of your head, the top. And coming back to that third eye. And one more time on that throat. Let's check on that throat again. All right, back to the root. Just want to double check, triple check a little bit. And then back to that sacral chakra, please. All right. So let me tell you what I got. So your root chakra, you're pushing energy away. Sacral chakra, you're in your head too much. The heart, I got the term that it uses, it's a passive aggressive split. You're in a passive state, is what I got. So we got to work on, it's like open, but it's like in a weird space. Like you're in this yin energetic state with your heart. That's what it means. I haven't seen that very much, actually, to be honest. Your throat's closed. Not surprised, right?
Nope. I'm not surprised.
That's why I checked multiple times. I want to make sure that it's pretty clear. Because as you know, I use a pendulum over here, right? So I'm just testing to see what's going on. All right, so let's clear this out.
So when you mentioned the navel, was that the root or the sacral?
No, the navel is not the sacral. It's not the solar plexus. It's your navel chakra. It's not one that we usually talk about. I learned about it
Yeah.
from my mentor. So between your sacral and your solar plexus is the navel chakra.
Hmm.
It's not one of the 7 primary chakras, but I learned about it in my coaching program when I got certified in quantum healing, and often it has to do with the mother wound. Your navel chakra was okay though.
Well, I was kind of focusing on the solar plexus because I didn't know. I was kind of confused on that one.
It's okay. But your solar plexus was good and navel was both good. So both were fine.
Wow, that's a lot better than it was before. Because I remember the root was closed, and then the sacral was pretty closed, and then the heart was closed. That's at
Yeah,
least
sacral was
better.
closed, the heart was in your head. The root was just pushing energy, it wasn't closed.
No, I mean like the last time we did this.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the last time. Yeah, the last time we did it.
Oh, even the last time?
Yeah,
Like
root was
this
pushing energy away, sacral closed, and you're in your head.
last year?
Yep.
Oh wow, I thought it was. I thought the heart was
Um,
closed too.
yeah. Well, no, the heart was you're in your head. When the pendulum goes up and down, that means you're in your head too much. When it goes sideways, that means it's closed. And so I just got straight up and down.
And that was last year too. Because when the heart was closed last year, that was when I was like bawling my eyes out, and I started cracking up. I could have sworn that the heart was closed too at that time.
Yeah, no, it's just like I said, in your head. But that can be pretty closed up too if you're in your head. You're not in your heart space. All right, let's work on clearing this.
Okay.
So we've done this before, but it's been a while. So don't start yet. You're gonna do a big inhale, take another sip, lock the energy in. You're gonna focus on your root chakra first, and the sound is gonna be long. We're gonna do that 3, maybe 4 times, depending on how much we need to clear it. And there's a different sound for each chakra. We got 4 chakras to work with. Okay. So focusing on that root chakra, please. Nice
Okay.
big inhale. Take another big sip, and then la. And again, big inhale, big sip, la. Good. Starting to shift. Big inhale, big sip,
Okay.
la. Good. Shifting. Keep staying tuned into that root chakra, the color red. One more time. Big inhale, big sip. Beautiful. All right, sacral chakra. The sound is VAM, V-A-M. So tuning in that sacral space. Big inhale, big sip. VAM. Good. It's starting to shift. You're doing great. Great job. Sacral's good. I don't know if you're noticing a shift at all. Moving on to the heart. This heart sound is yam, Y-A-M. So big inhale, big sip. Yam. Nice. It's shifting. You're doing great. One more time. One more time. Big inhale, big sip, focusing on that heart space, the color green. Nice. Real solid. All right. Heart's good. Let's get to that throat. The sound for the throat is hum, H-A-M. Hum. Big inhale. Really focus on that throat, baby. And again, big inhale, big sip, really tuning into that throat. It's got a lot to clear here, I can tell. Still clearing. You're doing great. Good. Shifting. One more time. Much better. I don't know if you feel a difference in your throat. It's so much better. How's it feel?
Pretty good.
All right. Tune back into your root chakra. I want to see if it worked. Oh, yeah. Sacral chakra. Tuning in. Even stronger than the root. Good stuff. Heart, please. Tune into that heart space. Yeah, heart's doing great. And last but not least, that throat. Throat is open, not as big as your heart, but it's open. How are we feeling?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't spontaneously like cry or laugh like last time, but I think I just had a lot more at that time for sure.
Yeah. Well, you've cleared your field out a lot. Just getting those fucking cigarettes out your life. I was like, oh,
I know that was brutal.
you don't need that shit.
Nope.
All right. I want to do a little bit of a meditation to clear. The other thing that I found in your field too is there's some dark energy in your field that could be affecting your sleep a little bit. So we got agreement, need for forgiveness, dark energy. So I'm going to put you through a short guided meditation here. We got about 10 minutes left before I get in this other call. So go back to some central channel breathing for another minute. I'm going to put you through a little guided meditation working with that pyramid of light. But just tune in, central channel breathe, move the energy up and down that central channel for about a minute or so. Just relax. right, so let's begin to work with that beautiful pyramid of white light. So imagine those four corners around you, just taking your time to create this space, top of the pyramid above you. And imagine your body bathing within this beautiful pyramid of white light. And just breathe into that space, allowing yourself to surrender into the experience just a little bit. Just tuning into your body, surrendering into the present moment, feeling your body immersed in that beautiful white light. Just see how calm you can get in this space, continuing to work with that breath. And begin to scan your body from your head down to your toes. And imagine your body just surrendering to that white light, allowing it to purify you. Imagine inhaling that white light into your body, relaxing and just honoring the experience that you're creating for yourself. On those exhales, imagine you're releasing any energies that do not serve you, releasing them at the top of the pyramid, sending them to outer space. Just keep settling into that beautiful pyramid of white light. And as you release those energies off the top of the pyramid, continue to scan your body and begin to imagine this big, strong, powerful grounding cord. It's big, as big as you are, as big as your auric field. And it's coming down from your body all the way down through the different layers of the earth. Remember, it's big, it's huge, this grounding cord, and it's going all the way down to the center of the earth. And imagine that massive grounding cord wrapping around the center of the earth. And as you ground yourself in this space, imagine those roots from the grounding cord growing in all directions, possibly connecting with trees in the area and feeling their nourishing energy. And imagine drawing up that nourishing energy up into your body and begin filling any spaces where you let stuff go out the top of the pyramid. Continue to relax within that pyramid of white light, feeling yourself bathing in the beauty of this precious white light. And imagine drawing up that nourishing energy from below, becoming deeply grounded in this present moment. Possibly working with that energy to clear out any stagnation in your throat, your back, your hips, or anywhere else so you feel like you need to let things go and just release that energy through your breath out the top of the pyramid. And keep drawing in that energy, that beautiful grounding energy from below. And keep working within that pyramid of light, working with the energies above and the energies below. And when you feel ready, let me know. We'll move into the decree.
All right.
So, remaining within that pyramid of white light, just repeat after me. I now free myself
I now free myself
from any agreement
from any agreement
that I made
that I made
in which I limited myself.
in which I limited myself.
I claim my power.
I claim my power.
I claim my presence.
I claim my presence.
I claim my sovereignty
I claim my sovereignty
in all areas of my life.
in all areas of my life.
I now release
I now release
any and all
any and all
soul level contracts,
soul level contracts,
agreements,
agreements,
dark energy
dark energy
that has ever affected me
that has ever affected me
in this
in this
or any lifetime
or any lifetime
or existence
or existence
that limited my sovereignty
that limited my sovereignty,
freedom, and joy
freedom, and joy
with any person,
to any person,
situation,
situation,
or experience.
or experience.
I fully forgive myself.
I fully forgive myself.
I now fully forgive
I now fully forgive
my ex-girlfriend,
my ex-girlfriend,
my father,
my father,
or anyone else who has hurt me,
or anyone else that has hurt me,
thereby freeing myself
thereby freeing myself
to move forwards in my life
to move forward in my life
with abundance,
with abundance,
gratitude,
gratitude,
and joy.
and joy.
I now command
I now command
an energetic purity blast
an energetic purity blast
throughout my body,
throughout my body,
removing all energies
removing all energies
that are not for my highest good.
that are not for my highest good.
I now call in
I now call in
my ancestors,
my ancestors,
my highest self,
my highest self,
and my spirit guides
and my spirit guides
to support me in my healing path
to support me in my healing path
as I honor my soul's mission.
as I honor my soul's mission.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it is so.
And it is so.
And just remain within that pyramid of light for a few more breaths. And just allow yourself to feel the power of that decree that you just did. Feel its presence in this space as you are protected in that beautiful pyramid of white light. And then scan your body one more time from head to toe, releasing energies off the top of the pyramid and drawing in those nourishing energies from below. I love you, Nicholas. You're a great brother. Just let that energy out, my friend. How you doing, Nicholas?
I'm doing well.
What came up for you through that?
just energy that I was, I guess, holding on to. I can't really pinpoint like a specific moment in time that was making me feel sad.
Yeah.
But it was like during like the when I was repeating everything and just talking about the ex and my dad and whatever. So
Yeah. How'd that feel?
good. Good.
You feel like you let some stuff go?
Oh yeah.
I love it, man.
I could definitely feel a difference in my throat too.
Yeah. Let that shit go, my friend. That's the key. Anything else come up for you through that?
No, it was good. Just really trying to focus on that, like those four corners and just the light, and
Yeah.
especially since we cleared everything out, then it was a lot easier to kind of do the central channel breathing and stuff.